Bottles I'm tipping, wood grain I'm gripping. Catch me lane switching with the paint dripping. Turn your neck and your day ain't missing. Me and Slim, we ain't tripping. I'm figure flipping and syrup sipping. Like do or die, I'm pole pimping. Car stop, rims keep spinning. I'm flipping drop with invisible tops. Hose bob with my drop step out. I'm shaking the block with 418s.
Hello and welcome back to the Amateur Hour Podcast. Very special episode tonight. We've got two adult degenerates with us. The Chapel Hill boys.
Celestial.
Celestial.
You just lead off.
Degenerates.
Spell it.
You weren't here, man. You were late.
You wouldn't get it.
Lyle Clakeley and Jon Honey are with us tonight. Jon married into my family, and I kind of have to own him now. He's a cousin, and Lyle is his idiot friend.
That's right.
And so it's like if Larry the Cable Guy had like a special younger brother, it would be Lyle.
With a guitar.
Yeah, who likes to sing and can't stand not being the center of attention. That'd be him. It's Lyle. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah, glad to have you. I wish you would have shaved that thing off your upper lip before we came in here, but
Yeah, we don't
We'll
have
have to
video
get close
tonight,
up.
but I've got a nice little
we all do dumb things when we're young.
pedo stash working here.
Good Lord. So you went and saw Top Gun, obviously.
Yeah, I did.
Quite obviously.
And I feel like I look like Rooster. No one has said it.
You look like Rooster's rooster after he lost to another rooster in a cockfight.
Thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying
Thanks, man.
the fight itself. What do you think about? Have y'all seen Top Gun?
I did not. Aston went and saw
I
with
have.
Tiffany.
I went to
Oh,
the
dang.
10 o'clock, 10:30 show
When?
That's
the
all.
day it came out, I think.
What do you think?
Maybe it was the second day. I thought it was good.
Did you watch the original before you went to kind
I
of catch
did,
up on
actually,
you?
that day it was on.
So which
Oh,
one
wow.
was gayer, the original or the new one? Which one had
Well, the
the more
original one
homoerotic?
was 100% macho, so there was no gay.
Not the beach
Gay
volleyball scene.
wasn't-
Really?
No, I think
There was no
what
gay
Aston
in
meant to ask,
1984.
which one had you more attracted to men? The first or second? Because Aston was obviously, he has a thing for Miles Teller. You can say it. You can say
No, I'm
Oh, why are you getting red? What's the,
I'm not getting red. Now they're gonna think I'm red.
it. Well,
I thought the mustache was a great touch, and so I wanted
Miles
to grow
Teller's
it.
a great actor.
He's a good
He
actor.
reminds me a lot of myself.
I haven't seen the movie, obviously.
Very
Miles
good
Teller
actor.
is Goose's
Nothing
son.
but
That's why
talent.
he's Rooster.
He
Yeah.
just doesn't. It's not. We just not quite have the look to be a superstar.
Wouldn't he should have been Gander?
Miles
Wouldn't that have
Like
made
like
more
A
sense?
minus, like he's like
Yeah,
a
well,
not an A list, not a B
B-list,
list, like
yeah.
an A B honor roll kind of guy, or what?
Tom Cruise still looks like he's like 30.
He's like
he looks
60,
young.
right?
Yeah, he's
I don't think
he's old.
I don't.
Like
no,
he's-
I think you are more attracted to men too. Apparently,
Okay.
he didn't look. He looks old.
Okay. I mean,
I feel like Tom Cruise is the John Honey of movie stars because
He's short.
he's short. He's short. I was
They
going
have
there.
to shoot
Thank
him
you.
They have to shoot him in other scenes to make him look old.
He'll always
wearing
have
platforms.
always have great hair, and he'll always be great good looking.
Yours is looking kind of thin, man.
oh, don't do that.
Really?
I'm just saying.
This will never go.
No,
away.
we were talking earlier before you got here in
This will
your
never
2-hour
progress.
absence, and apparently you don't wear hats on the golf course. Why is
I
that
tried to
about?
wear a hat today for like 3 hours, and it was so
Didn't-
hot. It was just that hat makes me hotter, and so I just go no hat, pour the water on the hair, and just roll with it that way. And obviously I get sun on my face because of that, but yeah, I can't wear a hat on the golf course.
Like, what event was it? Where was
It's
it?
just
at?
every about once a month, a buddy of ours, Chris Kiner,
For the boys, kind of
puts
thing.
together like a group of 20 or 24 guys, and we play either a 2-man or 4-man scramble, and just it's a reason to get together once a month and go hang out and play golf, and
Bunch of guys that aren't really good, but have a good time.
good enough. Yeah, pretty
Kinda
decent.
like Facebook for the old
some of the
folks.
guys were-
It's just a reason to get together and talk to people.
This was the smallest. I think there's only 12 of us. It's usually a bunch more.
Sounds like great
It's pretty
fellowship.
wild.
You got to give it a shot sometime. Actually, you wanted to get
He'd
in.
be
didn't you?
great for it.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite, man. That's
We'll
fun.
get him in next time.
Some guys you probably know in there.
Anytime I get a chance to beat John in something, I'll do it.
Like I said, my partner was Lucky G.
You guys
so
living in a fantasy world over here.
Who's who?
his name was
I'm
Lucky.
wearing my jersey.
Lucky
Actually?
G. His
I'm a
name,
big
his
fan.
real
I'm a
name
big
was
fan.
Lucky.
Is that the
His- on
government?
the roster was Lucky G. So, and I never even asked him what the G was.
What'd y'all get? Like last place? It's either last place or first place with Lucky
I won
G.
first.
I don't know. What
I won
third.
money. I won money. That's why Lyle was bitter after the round in the
I
club.
don't never expect to win money.
That's a great way to approach it.
I go there just like I go to Ranger games to get plastered.
Speaking of, John and I went to the game on Monday.
Oh yeah, do we want to get into that?
John saw his idol,
I'm
Jose
glad I
Altuve,
didn't go.
playing.
That was the first.
I did.
batter up
Hey,
on
no
the
lie,
day
I
there.
did yell out "Short King"
He did
when he came to
yeah.
the plate. Just for you.
You've got to be just ecstatic about this new Short King
The
stuff.
guy was 5'6". I mean,
It's
mad
movement.
respect.
No, I'm
It's
saying
moving.
for
You're
you.
leading the charge.
And then I
for-
looked at
for
Spencer, and
these
he's
days.
asking me how tall I was, and I said, "I'm clearly 5'9".
That's
He
generous.
busted out laughing for some reason. I don't know.
My
why.
mom's 5'9", and I'm pretty sure she could post you up.
Anyway, we did go to the game. It was great, and we had to leave early to go watch the finals game.
It was game 5, I think. Right?
Yep, Rangers ended up coming back. Golden State won Game 5.
Yeah,
no, not
that's
Golden
right.
State. Boston won Game 5. Sorry.
No, it's Golden State.
Golden State.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Golden
Golden State.
State
Sorry. Yeah, it was a long night for me. And Spencer took me out in the town. We had a wild time.
Oh yeah, went to a just popping bar.
Oh,
All
Celestial
four-
Beer Works.
Celestial beer.
Celestial Beer.
All four of us had a great time.
There's quite literally like 4 people and 2 bartenders.
Hey, guys, you went to
We walked in and we're
Celestial
like,
Beer
well,
Works.
I guess this is where the night is taken. Stay there for a while.
And you still stayed there, didn't you?
I mean, yeah, we didn't want to drive around anymore. I felt like it was in Inwood Tavern.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
been there? Yeah.
Classy joint.
We went through a drive-through. What was like I would call like a drive-through daiquiri slash
Vape shop.
Vape shop.
Yeah. The name of the place was like Dr. Dabs.
Oh, yeah.
Something like ridiculous. It was right off 635.
Yeah, so I roll up and I'm in my best like Jim Brewer. I'm like, hey man, give me like your strawberry Anna. And the dude working the window, the strawberry Scriggs Craig. The guy working the window is like Mac Miller, and he was like,
RP.
I would love to see this now. As you said that. We were
They
listening
definitely
to
have the
Mac Miller
camera
at the
footage.
yeah,
golf course
he's
today.
like, yeah man, I don't have any of those, but I got this strawberry ice cream.
No, he was like, what's his name from what's the HBO show? Euphoria.
oh yes,
What's
that's
his
yes,
name?
that was him.
Fesco.
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 Yeah.
So he'll hook me up with the strawberry ice cream,
Hey,
and
yo, Rue, what's
Spence-
wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
there you go. Spencer offered it up, and I hit that thing, and I went into orbit. I mean, I went to another planet there for about 30 seconds.
Lost his wallet in the process.
Yeah, or my card, yeah.
Hey, Rue, I told you, you just don't forget. What's the little short guy? His little buddy, his little brother.
His little brother. What is his name?
Ashtray? What?
Ashtray.
Yeah, that's Honey.
Ashtray.
Honey's actually Ashtray. He handles all the money. He's the shortest.
Why am I getting attacked
He
here?
stays in the back where he's not exposed to the public. And he loses his shit and ruins it for everyone.
Yeah. That's true. John
Okay.
was 2 hours late to record this tonight, so it's 9 o'clock instead of our 7
Apologize.
o'clock.
It's on
call
me.
time.
It's on me.
It's all right. We're in the herd jersey.
What are you drinking
We're in the
there?
herd.
A blind melon? Blind
Lemon.
I got a little Celty. It's pretty good. I've never had these before.
Probably not celestial, though.
It's not Celestial.
Yeah, all right, so
I
fill
wouldn't
me
say
on the
that.
Celestial deal. What's that all
You
about?
missed
What
that.
did I
It's
miss?
okay.
So I was
You
just
had
on
to be there.
Facebook scrolling earlier, and that barbecue joint I like, Sunbird.
Yes.
They're in between moving locations, so now they're just doing the trailer around at different places, and they're in Dallas at Celestial beer what?
Asked him to say it
Hey,
before
you
you
guys,
got here.
we're
It's
down
like,
here
there's
at
no chance you
Celestial
can
Beer
pronounce
Works.
that.
So that's where they were. And I asked him, I said, "Have you been at Celestial Bill?"
Can't say I
I
have.
can say it.
It doesn't really sound like a place I would hang around. I think.
It sounds just like a place you would be.
They've got a really good IPA that I like here.
I mean, it just feels so celestial in here.
The vibes are immaculate.
Lyle, why don't you come to Dallas sometime?
I don't like it.
Okay. More of a
He
Fort
did
Worth
one
guy,
time.
huh?
It didn't work out.
I
too
go
well.
hang out in Chapel Hill.
Go back, watch the
I
high
grew up
school
on the
games.
streets of Dallas.
Your rig's too big for the roads.
They check emissions up there. I can't go up there.
Yeah.
You're not allowed in Dallas or near playgrounds.
Says the man with the
Yeah. With the
schmolester stash.
You're the one driving the 4-door sedan.
I drive a Honda Accord. All right. John, how's the knee doing?
ACLs. Well, I mean, it's good enough to win first place in the golf tournament today. So
You're like Tiger Woods if he were
Yeah, we're playing
not good at sports.
is this like stand-up hour? Or what are we doing here?
Just passing around a top
It's
potato.
amateur hour, actually.
Yeah.
There you go. Tiger.
Yeah, tore the ACL, but I'm still kicking, and we'll get it fixed in about a month or so.
I didn't even know you toured until Monday. Like, because he texted me. He
Yeah.
was like, hey, what are you doing? I need a point guard. And I was like, I don't even know what I told you.
He get on lifting. He said, I would have actually done
Geographically
Yeah.
challenged.
I can't play my way to the gym.
But sure enough, you said
Yeah,
like 10
within
minutes
like
later,
30 or 40 minutes of me inviting
ACL.
Spence to come play basketball, I'd tore it up.
So this is the second time you've torn an ACL. This is a different one, right?
I tore the left one like 7 or 8 years ago.
I feel your pain.
Respect.
Yeah, salute.
Yeah, and then tore this one and on the right knee.
You tore yours?
In
How'd
high
you do
school.
that?
In high
You
school,
didn't-
right?
Same thing.
Yeah, but you just said you didn't play any sports.
I didn't say that. They were making a joke about me being unathletic, probably.
Didn't you miss part of your junior year? Or
Yeah, I missed like the entire thing. So what happened, we were playing a high school team, and we were up by, what, like 100.
Well, you were in high
Like,
school.
quite
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What? Super interesting.
That checks out.
You were in high school
You
playing
just
in a
told
high
me,
school
yeah,
team?
you're like,
I don't-
I
okay.
just played a high school team. Hurt my finger.
Oh, I meant homeschool if I said high school.
Gotcha. Okay.
They were homeschooled. That's a key element, I think.
Homeschools have teams.
And apparently, I don't know why
Bruce
Eddie
Street
decided
Brothers.
to put them on the schedule.
It's all the
'cause
weird
It was a
kids
waste
play on
of
one
time.
team,
We were up
yeah.
by
the Tyler Heat.
Yeah,
we
some
won like
homeschoolers next
130
door.
something to like 28.
Oh god.
Like it was just,
like
and
13.
it was in the fourth quarter. I had a breakaway, like fast break layup. No one was around me.
He's gonna dunk
Shot it. Yeah, I was gonna yam it, but we were up by 100, so I didn't want to
Take it easy
too
on
much.
Respectful.
But this kid like undercut me, and like I fell
right,
back
stop
and
trying to find
landed
another
like
score.
landed on my knee and like bent it.
Oh no.
But I
Didn't
like
tear it then though.
yeah I
So
quote
you were
unquote I
on
didn't
Maybe
tear
sprained it or
knee?
something.
this guy.
He's just
Yeah,
waiting.
yeah,
He's
he's
just
waiting.
around
Yeah,
waiting in the bushes like.
His knee, or you, so you were on bended knee.
But I came back in the game. I like Aston's
you're better
dad
than that.
like pulled me from it, and then that was a preseason game. That was before the season even started. So game one we were playing. Who was it?
Canton.
Canton. And, like,
Well, you let the man talk. You're a terrible guest.
It's
You're
awful.
You're an interrupter.
It's a long story.
Continue,
I've been
please.
talking for like 30 seconds.
This is our podcast. You get the hell out of here.
He's peaked already. He's
I'm gonna
the
turn
guy
your
who'll
game
slide.
down. It was literally like 3 minutes into the first quarter. I did like an in and out move, hesitated, crossed over, and ACL just popped.
Crossed
That was the
himself
first
out.
game of the season. Done. Junior
Then he just
Yeah.
started fighting coaches after that.
season. Logan sent me a video of that like 2 days ago. Apparently,
Yeah.
there's a video. It's
So
on
like you were
CD.
upset, mad, they're trying to help you up, and you're just like, get off me.
Well, we were playing Grace to go to the Final Four in Dallas, and at halftime, All Saints was up against Grace. We were both walking down like the same hallway to go to our separate locker rooms, and the coach was like, "Y'all are letting this piece of crap team like keep up with you." And I turned back to Coach Jones. I was
Nice.
like, "I'm gonna say something to him after
Yeah.
the game, like after we win." Coach Jones was like, "Okay." And then we wound up winning, and like in the handshake line or whatever, we were walking by and like giving high fives out, and the coach walked up and like I shook his hand. I looked at him, I was like, "How'd you let this piece of crap team beat you or something?"
Yes.
And like kept walking, and the coach
Love
like
it.
turned and like started like coming for me, but
Then
Coach
Spencer
Jones kind of
ran.
grabbed
Spencer
him.
took. He said it and then took off running.
Just took. I was oh crap.
You guys get him.
No, Aston's dad made me go apologize to him after that.
well, hey, at least you,
I-
you
we
got
had
your
just-
shot in.
Yeah,
Apologize, yeah.
and that's what I told him. Like I was like, he said, I know what happened and stuff, but
That's
I went in
definitely
the
all you
locker room and like shook his hand. I just said, "I'm sorry," and like kind of smirked and then walked away.
Hey, I got something. Lyle, tell us about your greatest athletic achievement. Tell us about.
Which one?
See how he perked up, he smiled, he just loves. Yeah, I want to hear about this.
Which one?
Was it the time you threw that touchdown pass to the 8th grade to the junior high kids over here at the Bullard?
Oh, yeah.
Like a couple years ago, or was it?
You were left tackle for sure.
I did that the other day. I was at the track.
He's left
There was
out.
like 3 or 4 kids there for football practice. They were early, probably coach's kid. I was running around the track, shirt off, of course. Sweat glistening down my body. Looked just like Tom Cruise.
And this is at a
Oh,
middle,
Tom
this is at a
Cruise.
middle
So
school.
now
you're
Tom
doing
Cruise
this?
is attractive to you.
An
Exactly.
abandoned middle school. No, but they were out there, and I made 1 or 2 laps. I was like, I couldn't do it. I was like, hey, throw me the ball. Go on, Dom dropped it right
Yeah,
in his
so he
chest.
texts me and Sean. He's like, dude, you have no idea. I just threw a perfect Dilfer dime to this kid.
That was good. I had to keep it under the roof line, too. So.
That's impressive. Quite the
Uh,
resume.
yeah, that's it. That's all he's
Is that on
got.
your LinkedIn?
Probably.
You want to hear about the first time that I met Lyle? And
Please.
Actually,
He'll
yes.
deny the
I
story.
don't know this.
So you pull up to the trailer park, and then what happens?
God, really? Is that what's
First of all, we never lived in a park.
Just a trailer.
We had our own land, I tell you.
In the pasture.
We bought that lot fair and square.
So, this is my freshman year, and I'm walking up to the baseball field. I had to take the attendance down from the baseball field's up on a hill.
Nerd alert. That's what they do with the kids that can't throw. Yeah, you take the attendance all the
It's
way
the
across to the other
It's the first day.
school property.
It's baseball class. It's not baseball practice. It's
No, John, they need you to take it all the way down there and give it to the lady.
Keep going.
All right, he's gone now.
So
boys.
tell-
Let's talk
are-
about next Saturday. Let's talk about playing those Coyotes.
Oh my god, that's pretty good. Anyway, this is baseball class, not baseball
You would
practice.
know if you knew how big that school was to get from the baseball field down to the.
It's about 500 yards, yeah, from the baseball field down to where you have to drop this folder off the attendance. So every day somebody would take it, and this is like the second or third day of school.
Nobody else ever took it.
Dude, would you stop?
Everyone took it. We had to take our turns.
Actually, we actually wanted to because the baseball class was terrible. It was either
Yeah, you're the only one that wanted
it was
to
either
take
it was
attendance.
either dig ditches or take the attendance down to the school. So anyway,
now that might be true.
it's 100% true. Anyway, I'm taking the attendance down to the school. 10 minutes later, I'm walking back up the hill, and there's like this blacktop road up above the baseball field. It's in this kind of this natural little amphitheater deal. And I'm walking down the road, and all the seniors park their cars along the road, and I'm just walking back to baseball class, and Lyle comes out of the woods to the right, out of nowhere. I've never met him in my life. Puts me in a chokehold with an old timer pocket knife. Has it to my neck. He has the dull side to my. And see,
This is
he's
the biggest lie I have ever heard.
I told you he did not. I
This is
told you.
Fantasy. One, I knew him like.
Does
3
this
years
not
before
sound like
that.
something he would do?
His
Sounds
dad
exactly like
coached me. So it's not the first time you met me.
Yes, I was a freshman. I was 15.
But
We didn't play until I
your
was.
dad coached me when we were 12.
No, we were
13.
14 or 15.
What's the age difference between y'all? You're older. right?
Eons. Oh, but maturity wise,
No, not
Eons.
maturity wise. Lyle's like on our
I'm
level.
37.
I was 2
He's-
years older than me, or 2 grades older
2
than me.
grades, okay.
Anyway,
I'm still 2 grades ahead of him.
he doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
He puts me in a chokehold, puts a knife to my throat, and him and another dude have little radio deals. And Lyle radios down to the guys, and he's like, "I'll let him go for $1 million or something." And I'm literally just like,
Was this
How
like,
tall
was
were you
this
then?
still Fat John?
I was definitely fat, and
He wasn't fat. He's fatter now.
I can pull
Picking on the fat kid, Lyle.
up the evidence.
That's pretty sick though. You had walkie talkies.
didn't
You
even
guys
have
must
a
have
knife.
jibbed
Yeah,
in a
pocket
club
knife.
or something.
How about that was sick for you?
We got him over.
So,
We
what's
got
your
a-
story on how
We
y'all
got
first met?
attendance, boy.
Yeah, how do we meet? Oh, actually, I know where he's gonna go. With this. He's gonna go
What'd he
to.
say?
How did you meet me? He's gonna go with Honey's dad wishes that I was the son he never had, or something stupid like that.
I don't know, man. I know I met him playing baseball in Tyler.
Do you deny that story, though?
I have absolutely zero recollection of any part of that story.
It was
From
traumatizing
the
for
very
me, so it was
beginning
very
to the
vivid.
It sounds like exactly what people say, like in court, whenever they absolutely did it.
I do not.
Like, I simply have no recollection.
I have
Like,
no recollection.
That did never happen.
I do not remember that.
I do not recall.
Yeah, I do not recall. That's the answer straight up.
I will toot his horn a little bit though. Like there was my dad coached baseball.
You guys used to
when
do
we
that
were
in
growing
high
up.
school a lot, didn't you?
Wow, here we go. Just jeez, man. This is a serious thing we're doing here.
Oh,
They didn't call him tugboat for anything.
Edit that out.
Oh, tugboat. That's a good one, dude. I would have known that one in high school.
Back in my
Tugboat
day.
Timmy.
All right, sorry. Tell your story, John.
What was that? What was I talking about?
Something about Lyle.
Shoot my horn.
Yeah. So my dad used to coach our baseball teams back in the day, and Lyle and I never played together. But of course, I'd always heard all these stories about him, how great he was. And my dad comes home from the draft one night, and he's like, "John, you are not gonna believe this. Guess who we drafted tonight? Who? Joey Evans, Anthony Minetti, and Lyle Clakeley." And
You're like, the kid that eats his boogers?
And the first time I got to warm up with Lyle, man, it was like throwing the ball with King Griffey Jr. Man, it was like meeting your childhood hero. I was like, this is so great, man. Yeah, put it right here, put it right here, put it right here, put it right here.
Was Lyle like a Chapel Hill legend?
Hey, Randy, is this your kid? He must spend a lot of time on the road. His kid's mother taught him to throw.
And what
not
is
young.
that like peanut butter substitute
This is
right there?
a sunflower butter.
Is this something Megan introduced you to?
I actually grew that in my garden.
Shout out Megan Honey.
Yes. I actually
Is it
take
like-
recycled?
Does it
sunflower
taste
seed.
like peanut butter?
It's actually
It
not
looks
too
like it.
bad. It does taste similar to peanut butter.
Just less fat.
I don't really think it's less fat. I don't really even know. Maybe less sugar.
Okay.
I mean, it came from Sprouts. It must be healthier, right?
No, it's
That's what
trash.
Amanda says.
So did John's hair.
That's great. No, that's Bosley.
Lyle has always accused me of going to Bosley. I'm 35 years old.
That's why he can't wear a hat. They told him he can't wear a hat for 5 years.
And can't get in pools.
Yeah.
He can't get his hair wet.
Hated
No,
man.
It all
Aaron,
comes back to
hey,
you.
The two guys with the worst hair in the room are just hating.
What are you talking about?
Your hair is awful.
He's
Spencer's
not
hair.
old.
Spencer's hair is
Spencer's
so
got
thin.
great hair. Look at that.
It's paper
Thank you.
thin.
Thank
It's
you.
great.
Spencer's hair is great.
Thank you.
He's gonna look
Three
like Uncle
versus
Joe
one.
in a year.
Yeah,
3 versus
yeah,
1.
that's for sure.
Thank
Speaking
you.
of hair, you need a
You can
haircut.
say that into the
I know I
mic
need a
if you want.
haircut.
But it still doesn't matter how cute you are if you can't play sports.
Sports.
You're just
Spencer was a good athlete, but his hand-eye coordination
Great
is some of the worst I've ever seen.
Thank you. That's why I played sports that didn't require it.
Dribbling a basketball, I feel like.
See,
required-
that's the
What
only thing. Like,
sport
I
doesn't?
never.
Like swinging anything, he
So it's my hip rotation. I have tight hips. I can't like,
Same.
move like that. I just can't. And I never played golf growing up. I never
Opposite
played
way.
tennis. Never played baseball. So any of that, like where I actually have to rotate, I never did. So if it doesn't involve running and jumping, I'm not going to be necessarily great at it. Because one, I've never done it. Like I literally know. I maybe played.
out.
Yeah, I
How?
know. I hate it when people
How?
play. I've never
How
done
long
it.
have you
I
played
can't.
golf?
Some
When's the
people are
first
just
time you played
naturally
golf? What's the first time?
I mean, if you
September
saw it
of
swing, you'd
08.
think you'd
Yeah,
never done
exactly.
it.
Yeah, honestly, you watch his swing, you might dislocate your hip watching
This
him
guy-
I
swing.
beat both
he
y'all.
could
What are you
hustle
talking
anyone
about?
on a golf course, be like, I've never played, and they would never question it.
Right, it's so bad.
Guy came out here and shot a freaking
It
78.
is so
You
bad.
should see his swing.
Him and Charles Barkley went to the same golf academy.
Hey, whatever works. Whatever works. Self-taught, never had a lesson.
Clearly. As Cockrell told you at the time that me and him kayaked down over the backside of the spillway at Lake Palestine.
I've heard bits and pieces. I think.
That was a pretty good one.
I could just see you two.
Enlighten us.
freaking Helmets on.
Yeah, are you going to tell us? Or?
Is that a good story?
Refer
We
to-
kayaked over the spillway. You have to kind of see it to imagine it, but it's
like Niagara Falls. I'm not
In East
like
Texas?
Micro Niagara Falls.
wait, except
Well, over
it's
the
not
spillway or over the second drop?
the second drop.
Yeah,
I think over the
it's
concrete.
like Niagara Falls, but tiny. Like 12 feet drop.
It's like 30 feet.
I mean,
No, I'm kidding. It's like 12 feet.
Either way,
12's pretty
it's a long
solid.
way,
Yeah.
and it's like this, just like a shale, I guess, of waterfall thing. I don't know, it's pretty cool. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
So you
I
did
wouldn't
it?
do. I wouldn't
You
do
went
it
for it.
now, but I was probably 22 or 23 at the time.
There's probably like a lot of needles at the bottom.
From all Lyle's
It's like
cousins.
It's like a pool of needles right there where everybody used to do their free meth, drugs.
Yeah, that was pretty sketchy. That was my first time like flipping upside down in a kayak, and I kind of panicked there for a second. I was like, oh. I was like,
trying to flip it over.
like, well,
but, like getting so scared he flips it over twice and then flip back upside down.
like, well, this is how it ends.
He can't figure it out.
Were you there by yourself?
No, it was a cockerel and another dude who was one of those just wild and crazy guys who just, what was his name? Murdo.
Yeah.
Ryan Murdo. Oh my gosh, he was.
Are all your friends named Ryan?
Yeah, that's actually what I have. 1, 2,
No, there's
3.
Grant.
Wow, are you hurt?
No.
No, no.
I got a movie I watched the other day.
Good subject.
M. Night
Wow.
Shyamalan.
I've
Called
no
I think it
clue.
was called
Shyamalan
The
Bing
Beach.
Bong.
Have you guys seen that?
The beach?
Old?
No, The Beach is the Leo one. No.
Old.
That's a
Old.
Were they all like?
They all
they
like,
turn
are
old?
getting old on this beach. Like
Like rapidly
Every
or
30
just
minutes is
regular
a year.
aging?
Isn't it like kids?
it's called.
Isn't it
old.
like only the kids?
Well, the kids obviously age faster physically because they're kids. They have. room to
Huh.
grow.
That's true.
Every 30 minutes they're getting like a year older. So you
5
have like
years
So like
5
what
hours
the movie
to
is
live?
probably like hour long.
I don't know. It was a pretty cool movie. Pretty cool plot.
Was there a
twist.
good twist?
Little, yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
That's his thing.
I think I was on HBO Max that I watched it.
Hold on.
Bill
this
Hader's show.
guy hasn't watched Entourage. He just started watching Entourage.
See, I haven't watched the full thing. I've watched like a decent bit
See,
of
I feel
episodes.
like he's
where
gonna be so
get the
late.
gist.
We're not gonna remember all the jokes he tries to use from it.
And that's possible,
That's
but
fair.
I think
I don't think
he's
I'll
gonna
use
get
jokes
all
from it.
excited
I watch comedies right before I go to bed. You know, to take the weight of my serious life and kind of lighten the load. I finished Seinfeld. Great show. I didn't think I'd like it, but I did.
One
Oh,
of
it's
the best
incredible.
What's the deal with airplane food?
But you know what's even better? And I've tried to put him on it. He's watched it. What's even better than Seinfeld is the guy that wrote it. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh,
It's pretty
I love
decent.
Curb.
That
It's
is
It's pretty.
that is
Yeah,
my
pretty
life.
good.
Pretty
That
good.
is like my daily life. I love it.
You think
can't-
that's better
you
than
can't let anything
Seinfeld,
go?
though?
I think it is just because it gets a little, me, I'm a little bit raunchier. So it takes
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
gets a little
Yeah,
raunchier.
that's
It's
true.
not PG.
That's true.
We would have never guessed.
Raunchy. But that's kind of highbrow comedy for you. I thought.
Yeah,
you
you're
more.
right. I thought maybe it was
Like
over
it
his
didn't
head.
go to-
More of a Family Guy type
There's
of.
not a whole lot of
Go
dick
to
jokes
Lee.
in that one. That's like all. That's all you do.
You didn't go to All Saints or
You
Weekend.
either go to All Saints or Weekend, Dustin. So you can watch that show.
What's the best show y'all have watched recently?
Wow, I
Succession.
watched Succession last year and that,
Oh,
yeah.
y'all watch it
What
together?
is that? Oh, that's
Probably.
like a
Yeah.
It's
That
a
was the
drama.
last thing we watched before bed.
It's-
Political
No, there's some. I mean, 5% is political, but it's more of a drama deal. It's about like a family that has a media conglomerate and taking over. The kids trying to take over, and the father not relinquishing power and that kind of thing. So.
It's really good. The kids are idiots.
Oh, they're great. What is the dude that the redhead girl's husband? Tom? Is that,
Yeah, that's my
he's
I don't know what show I've watched.
It's like a closed circuit system.
That's what I'm saying. I really don't watch much
like
TV.
Ozark. I
Closed
just
loop
probably
system.
watched. It's probably one of the
Yeah.
biggest ones.
Yeah. My main shows are Ozark, Peaky Blinders.
Peaky
Right now,
Blinders.
that new season just
Let's
came
not
out.
get talking.
All right, so I've watched Ozark, but I haven't even watched.
Hey,
a
Toby.
You
single-
don't know what you're talking about.
I haven't watched the Peaky Blinders.
I haven't either.
Tell me, all right,
I
tell,
started
what
the
scale
pilot
1 to
the other
10.
day.
Boy, you don't know.
Oh God, here we go.
You don't know.
Once you get him on an accent, you don't get him back. You're gonna hear that the rest of the
I already
night.
did say that today.
The accent is
What
pretty
did I say
solid,
about the
though.
First tee today. First tee box. I was talking like that.
You're gonna hear that mixed with
entire-
Conor McGregor for like the next
I
hour
can't
and a
do
half.
Conor
Is that your
McGregor
Thomas
today.
Shelby? Isn't that the guy's name?
Yeah. No, it's what's the brother?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Tommy's.
Is Tom Hardy
Tommy's
in
the
It's
it?
his
bad guy.
brother.
Uh,
Yes, he is.
Is
Is he earlier? Yeah, he's
the one of
earlier.
the bad guys, like
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Jewish. He's the Jewish.
Yeah,
dude.
he is.
He's Jewish.
I would definitely watch it.
I
Yeah,
believe he's- yeah.
that's I put that up there with like Breaking Bad
Yeah,
type level.
yeah, it's
Those
good.
are- I know Aston and I were talking about this. I don't know if you want to do it right now. Steph's legacy. Did y'all watch? I don't know if you're a big
Look at
basketball
this guy
guy,
trying to
though.
keep us on track.
No, I love it. I love
No,
it.
it's good. Man, no. I'm not even gonna try to get into this conversation.
So let's go ahead and knock it out. I did write down some stats.
Oh, look at you! Little show
First
notes.
time I've ever prepared
Probably took
Show
the
notes
attendance
for the
down.
podcast. I just saw, when you open your phone and it like the camera's up,
Yeah,
and
you
I
saw
just
your
got a
mustache.
glimpse of like my stash and a double chin.
What was your reaction to that just now?
Ugh.
What was your reaction? Honestly, did you shudder a little bit?
It wasn't good. I was like,
'Cause that's what happens every time anyone looks at you right now. Your reaction is exactly how we feel. So
well,
do with that information what you
I
want.
didn't get girls before, so nothing's changing. It's all right.
What were
Okay.
What are the Steph stats?
So, Steph, career stats, accolades. He's got a 2-time MVP, 4-time champion now, and a Finals MVP. I didn't count the All Stars. I don't know. I'm sure it's a lot though. But he's 24.3 points, 6.5 assists, 4.6 rebounds, and 47, 43, and 90%.
Is this regular
splits.
season and playoffs combined?
Yeah, this is just his career stats.
Wasn't the MVP unanimous? Like one of only 2 unanimous MVPs. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yep, it was. I think he's the only one actually.
Yeah, he's the only one. LeBron
But-
missed it by 1 vote in
So
like
did
2012,
Shaq.
I think.
Some
Yeah.
idiot gave AI an MVP vote when Shaq
Yeah.
had like
Respect.
30 and
Hey,
15
short-
a game.
Probably
Yeah.
short.
Also a short king.
He's
so-
probably short.
And then in like 2012, someone gave it to Melo, like Carmelo.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, that's right.
That's a bad. That,
Yeah,
that
that's
one doesn't
right.
look good.
That's really bad.
But I also did Curry's 5-year peak. So when they made the finals, those 5 years, he was 26.6 a game, 6.5 assists, 5 rebounds, 48, 43, 90 shooting, which is just stupid efficient for a
He's
guy
in the
that
40,
shoots
50, 90 club.
Would you say
No.
26, 5, and 6? Or
26,
6,
6.5, and 5,
Yeah.
and
pretty
43% on
As
threes.
a point guard, that's. I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty
and like 2 of those years he's playing with Durant, or 3, however many it was.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I asked you the other night, is he a top 10 guy?
I think he's top 10.
I think he might be.
It's-
I mean, it's hard
Who
for
do you
us.
push out? Who do you push out if he's in the top 10?
Well,
That's where it gets hard. Is
you
like
know, Jordan, Braun.
talent wise and like accolade wise, yeah. But then like
I just think
Who
if you
gets
look
booted?
at people who impact their teams, like the best top 10
Yeah.
players of all time make every single person better. And their offense is insane because he moves so much and he makes everyone else's life so much easier.
Yep.
so who are you knocking out?
Well, I'd have
I
to
guess that
I'd have
would-
to do my top 10
I mean, yeah,
then.
exactly.
But
That
it's,
would
you know,
be
Jordan and
pretty
Braun and Magic Bird.
Bron Jordan, Magic Bird.
No, that's
gotcha.
incorrect.
Yeah.
Larry Bird will never leave my top 10
That's funny.
ever.
See, there's like personal biases there. Like I'm taking
yeah.
Steph over Bird every single time. Every single
Well,
time.
you're a jackass.
It's just, it's hard.
Larry
The
Legend.
air is-
Are you
it's
kidding
so-
me?
What's Larry's resume?
So I'm
Does
pretty
it
sure he was
compare?
like 25 and 11, 3-time MVP, 3-time champion.
Doesn't even matter. Like, people were punching people in the face when he played.
That's true.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't compare eras to eras because it's
Yeah.
just
It
it's
is tough.
impossible.
Larry's a bad man.
He's bad.
Bad man.
So is Larry? Did you say he's in your top 5? Where's he at?
I don't know, man. That's a whole other thing. That's a whole podcast worth of
I guess
conversation
so.
right there.
But Steph's pretty close to top.
I think he's.
if
I
not
think he's.
in there.
He's.
Sounds believable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
All
in
right.
that 8 to 12 range probably.
Yeah. Where's KD in there?
See, that's an
Too
interesting
early. It's
one.
too early.
But I don't know.
I'd have to like sit down and do the research. KD's probably. I never saw Jordan play, obviously, except with the Wizards, which doesn't count. But
But he's better than LeBron, like for sure, for sure.
he's better than LeBron. I
Oh,
don't
but you
think-
never saw him play.
I disagree. I disagree. I mean,
Let's not. Please don't do that.
We won't.
Please
But
don't do
I'm
this.
just playing devil's advocate. You
But-
never saw him play.
I think he's the best scorer ever.
KD
but-
or
yeah,
LeBron?
you-
Or,
You did
it-
say
it-
I would
it's a
say
big
Jordan.
play.
Jordan.
Because he's still playing on TV all the time. They're rerunning.
Yeah, but
these
all you've
games.
seen is highlights. that's all he's seen is highlights.
I've watched
No,
games.
he's watched games. I mean, this guy. He
They've got
watches
games on YouTube. But.
Yeah, but you
I have
haven't
so
watched as
many
many
Anyway,
LeBron's
so you're
games
saying
or
MJ's the greatest scorer of all time, or KD is? What's your argument?
MJ's the best scorer, like, but if you're talking like the best all-around can do everything offensively, it's Durant. Like, the dude's insane. 7 foot, got a handle,
Never liked
can
him.
shoot it from anywhere.
Never liked the guy.
He was my favorite player until he did that garbage going to Golden State.
That was weak.
That was ridiculous.
And
Never
like
liked
the
him.
stuff responding to fans kind of
He does. He goes in.
I don't get it.
I like
goes
it more
in.
now because like it doesn't really seem like it's coming from a place of like anger or like
When you say
insecurities.
that, what do you mean?
In Golden
in-game
But it
State,
kinda
or
does.
like
That's
online?
why he kinda does.
That and like on Twitter, he'll go respond to people.
And
like,
he used
that
to
are
do it from a
talking
burner
shit about
account,
him.
and now he just kind of
Yeah,
owns
now
it.
he-
Like-
And then, well, then
like
he got caught
he's
using
talking
the burner.
trash, or he's just like get a life.
oh yeah, he just all of it.
Ags it on.
Anytime
Yeah, for
anybody dogs
See,
on him,
now I
he
start
comes
to
to
like
bat.
him a little more.
See, I
No
think
one
it's
told
funny
me
now.
this.
Now that it's like from his direct account,
If
I
it's
think it's
good
hilarious.
humor, like if it's good punchlines. I
No,
feel
no,
it's
like
just
most of the time he's not like.
Shut up, leave me alone.
Sometimes it's like that. It's not always like joking, which I don't know. Like, why? Who cares?
He's funny though.
He is funny.
Yeah, he's just very much so himself. But
We need to have a whole basketball off-season pod. That's
Yeah,
that's
probably
gonna be
so.
our next
That'd be
thing.
good.
But yeah,
Wear your Aston jersey again.
yeah. John's wearing my Wisconsin Herd jersey. They only made 2 of them
Custom
because
order
I
only.
was there for like 2 days.
He thought that you were gonna be video casting.
That is
You think
fair,
I'd
yeah.
video with this thing on my face? You kidding?
We'll get around to
Next time,
Round two.
we'll have you guys back. Maybe not Lyle. He's gonna get canceled after this.
Steven today when he's talking about he's a conspiracy theorist and
That's when I got up. Wait, did you not notice as soon as you said that? I was like, all right, here we go.
John's
I was
kinda like
really
KD
waiting on
in
you to
that-
jump
in that
on
regard.
him. He's like, yeah, can't. He's
Really?
like, cancer,
Don't do this.
He's like,
The
cancer's
Facebook
not
page.
real. Cancer's not real. I did a whole paper on it back in college. And
Yeah, and I was like, all right, it's time to go.
Well, see you later.
Well, I mean, I thought it was interesting what he said.
What's the wildest conspiracy theory y'all believe? Like actually, what's the
that we
what's-
actually believe,
yeah,
or
that you believe, or
I don't
maybe
even
not
know,
fully
man.
believe, but like would be
I don't
like
believe anything, so
anything.
yeah, I,
He's a
I'm,
nihilist who doesn't
yeah,
believe in
I-
anything.
I don't believe in anything. Told me.
I feel like
John
that's-
definitely believes it. a lot.
I immediately
John
discredit.
he still puts sugar in his shoes, so it'll grow.
That's it. I'm out. My God, interviews over.
Was it sugar or salt?
That was one
MJ's
of
mom
them.
used to put something in his shoes. I
Really?
remember
There
reading
There was a book
on it.
about it.
Yeah.
It was like a kid's
Yeah.
book. And it was like,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's mom puts sugar in his
Yeah.
shoes, so it'll
She
grow
puts
every
something
day.
I never have heard of this.
Yeah.
I'll
I definitely
try
did
it. I'll
that
try.
at
I'll start
least.
trying it.
Sounds like
I did it
John's
for like
story
5
about when
days
he
in
met
like
me.
second grade, and I didn't grow. I was like, this
That
sucks.
and dye your hair.
Yeah, that was first grade. I wanted to be Dirk. so
Spencer had hair like John's beard after he tried to dye his hair blonde.
bad. Yeah, it was
Oh,
rough.
like
So
strawberry.
It was
So what
strawberry,
happened?
Auburn.
I told my mom like there was like in first grade I just learned about Dirk, and like I think when did he get drafted? It was like 97, 98. So he was pretty new on the relax.
I'm just thinking, like,
Yeah, I know
old.
the age. Yeah, I know. But like I just started like watching Dirk play and stuff. I was like, Mom, like I want to be Dirk. Like I want to be 7 foot tall. I want blonde hair. I want to play basketball. All this stuff. And I remember my mom saying, okay, like I'll dye your hair. She got the box dye, and I guess she did it wrong. I don't know
would say
anything
she
about
did it
dyeing
wrong.
hair. The next day, it started off blondish red, and by the end of the day, like I was coming like down the stairs at school, and my mom said she didn't recognize me because it was straight red. And this jackass calling me Carrot Top all day when I was like 7 years old.
This is why we need.
This is why
This
he's
kid
so
got
sensitive
abused
now.
at home and
This
just
is
wanted
why
to
we
take
need-
it out on
This is why you
everyone.
got to video, do this on video.
I used
so
to
you can
flinch.
pull up, say, can we get the
Yeah,
picture?
I know.
If people move quickly at me, I still kind of flinch sometimes. My dad would get pissed and then flick me in the cheek.
What's the most
There's
embarrassing
that
show
cancel.
y'all like?
That canceled.
An embarrassing show that I
Yeah.
like.
A guilty pleasure show.
Yeah, guilty pleasure show.
Huh.
I won't lie to you. I kind
You like
of
Queer Eye,
enjoy-
don't you?
Never seen it. You saw it. You texted us, oh, bro, you'll need to check
been
out
watching
Queer
No,
Eye.
it wasn't Queer Eye. That was Love on the Spectrum.
I don't know if this is even on.
It was definitely Love on the
Ah.
Spectrum.
There was something else. It was Euphoria or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
Euphoria's
right.
yeah, Euphoria's really
I'm
good.
not watching that. I heard too much about it. It's just like I have no desire. But
It's
I
great.
I
You might
genuinely
learn a little bit if you
enjoy
watch it, man. Open your mind.
open my mind. I genuinely
Come to the
enjoy
celestial shores.
Bachelor, Bachelorette. I think it's entertaining.
Oh my
It's
God,
entertaining.
that's the worst. Like
Okay,
that's the last show.
I'm being
So,
vulnerable.
like,
here.
I
I'm
hear
telling
you.
you.
We're
I'm
old.
telling you.
We're older, and like I watched that like the first season it came out. back when I had a
Okay,
girlfriend.
I got one for you.
I can't get into it.
To me and Tiff will watch Real World Road Rules Challenge stuff.
What?
Yeah, repeat that.
Real World Road Rules Challenge.
Rash.
It's MTV.
What is that?
Yeah, what
What's
is
road
that?
rules?
There you go.
See, you're
I'm
too
aging
young,
myself
man.
here. So
Yeah, what is that though? Like,
y'all never
premise?
watched that, or
I've
You
never
watched
even
that like
heard
back
of
in the
it.
day, or you watched
You
that
know
recently?
what Real World is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Where
it's
they all
that
live in the
show.
house?
yeah, and
There's
Road
another
Rules.
show is called Road Rules.
Oh,
They were like
those separate
in
shows.
a
Okay.
RV traveling across the country, kind of doing the same deal.
What's that show with what's the guy? He was from Tom.
Oh, the guy, yeah,
Tom.
yeah.
Tom Green?
Tom Green. Road Trip. It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
I've
so
never
they-
heard of any
So
of
they
those
have
shows.
like
Tom Green was married to Drew
like
Barrymore. Not a big TV guy, I
physical
guess.
challenges for like 6 months long. They're all living in a house, and they do like Spartan race type challenges.
How's that a guilty pleasure?
Because it's reality TV. Actually,
Okay, that's
Theo
fair.
Vaughn was on it. Did you know that?
Theo Vaughn's funny. He's funny.
Theo Vaughn was
I
on
brought that to you, just
Real
so you
World,
know.
I think.
I brought you Theo Vaughn while you're sitting here.
Not true.
He keeps popping up on my TikTok. I don't follow him or anything. Like, I like a couple of his clips, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And then like he
Yeah,
pops
I mean,
right
I
back
love
up.
some of his, and then some of them are just like very bad.
Yeah.
Just not fun.
Like
And I've been getting the
Forcing it.
bad ones recently.
Yeah,
Aston, you definitely
I guess
have
I would
multiple
probably be just
guilty
as lame
pleasure
if
shows.
I did like an hour. 2
You know,
hour
I have
podcast.
guilty pleasure music more than shows. Like NSYNC slaps.
I don't think there's anything to feel guilty about that. Yeah.
I don't know. I listened to NSYNC growing up because it was my era or whatever, but I have not listened to them in 15 years.
Yeah,
Really
I haven't
good.
either.
And would be miserable if it came on right now. Like
Oh, I
just
love NSYNC.
I would just feel corny.
Still like
I think.
Backstreet Boys. That was my first concert. Was Backstreet
decent.
Boys.
What about 98 Degrees? Did you ever listen to that?
Never really listened to them.
Give it a shot.
Not a big cliche.
Give it a
I was
shot.
Team Jessica.
Give them a shot. Oh yeah.
There's a group called O-Town
Oh, you tell me about them.
that I heard. The song's called All or Nothing. It's the only song I've ever heard by them.
It's their
But I
one
heard
hit.
it, and you know, like you remember a song from your childhood, but you couldn't remember the
O-Town
words.
was
but then you
probably
hear it,
like
you're oh, I know that song.
02 or so, and so then you would have been like what 8,
5.
7?
That was born
Close.
97.
Now I've got NSYNC running through my head.
Oh, jeez. You got the guitar.
I do love Justin Timberlake's "Cry Me a River." Great song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good song.
Yeah.
I saw JT in concert too.
Yeah.
Did you ever frost your tips back in the day?
I did not. I didn't do the bleach, but I have
I
a
don't
couple
believe
of,
you for
a
some
couple of
reason.
guys that I know
I
that
did.
that are turning.
Oh, I've got it. We're gonna
I've
post a
got a
picture of
picture.
it. I have the picture saved to my phone.
What, my prom or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Awful.
good pick.
Your frosted tips. That
I
and
do,
your selfies.
I do
we're
have a
gonna post
couple of
them.
guys I know that are turning 50 this year, and 5 years ago they were still frosting their tips.
Oh wow.
I saw
They don't sound
somebody
like
at Hobbies
douchebags at
the
all.
other day. I
bet
saw
they
a
were
guy
sick.
the other day at Hobbies who his hair looked like the visor that you buy at golf.
Oh
trips
yeah,
that has the earrings
it's
on it.
perfect.
And he had like
Perfect.
ankle bracelets on that were like 1-inch bands on both ankles and both wrists. I mean,
That guy pulls.
I
Yeah,
will
the
say
big
that
guy
I had
was
I had
like-
friends that bleached their hair growing up, and I wanted to, but either like my mom didn't do it.
Randy would've killed
or-
you.
Yeah, probably. No, Randy was pretty cool.
My
growing
mom
up.
just dressed me like
he just
an
shook
idiot.
his head and went,
when
"Damn
he
it,
didn't want you
John."
to die. What does he think about you putting plugs in?
Who is this up top? That's Spencer.
That was
Oh,
when he dyed his
God.
hair.
No, it's
Oh
not.
no.
Is that when it's actually blonde? Let me see.
He looks like a girl.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Thank you.
Is that when they were
Cutest little girl I
fixing
ever
it?
saw.
Yeah, that's when like it went from red to blonde.
That looks more like a perm. Like
You
when
look
they put the
excited to be there.
curlers in your hair.
I obviously had to give him the stank face.
What's bad? Like, is that at home or is
No,
like
that was.
It looked like it was at a
They
salon.
took him to what's that place in the mall, like Regis?
Celestial.
I remember where that place was.
Celestial Bodywear.
That place was by Green Acres because, like, I literally after school, my mom was like, "You need to get this fixed. Like, this looks terrible." And
I'd
she
have
like
put you
took
in,
me
like,
to that
a
place and
psych
like they
ward if you could
actually,
come back to school with it.
What,
actually
what
bleached
kind of
it.
little rich boy's mommy takes him to get his hair dyed in first grade? That's what I want to know.
You had frosted tips.
Whatever they wanted. man.
Yeah, you
my
can't.
Yeah,
mom
where'd you
wanted
go
to
for
give
that?
Me frosted flakes.
You literally had frosted tips. We're gonna
And I
post a
want to know
picture.
who
I
did
was a
that
senior,
with the
though.
cap and pulling it out of like the little deals.
I think that's what.
I was probably in
No,
first
it's
grade
fine.
while you were a senior, so like it's the same time.
I think he was more of a gap than that.
I don't
We were
know about
6.
that.
When?
Yeah.
Is 11-year difference?
12
How old are you?
for him.
Okay.
25.
Yeah. So you were literally a senior doing
God,
the same
you
thing
were
I was doing, just
old.
to a lesser extent.
Gross.
We're still hanging.
Probably
on.
still.
Speaking
pull,
of
you probably
being a
still
senior,
pull more.
I do.
Kid.
Easy, man.
Just saying.
I
You're
didn't
married to my
hear
cousin.
I'm talking about him, not me.
So I wanted to
Aston
ask.
struck out
one
last
quick-
night. Go ahead.
Tough call.
What?
I'm not even gonna get on what I haven't seen Aston with, and that's a woman.
We're not doing this on my podcast, guys.
Man, that's tough.
Spencer, edit this out.
I don't know. Have you ever had a serious relationship?
All right, we're not
Oh
doing
wow,
this.
no,
I heard
we
about
can
this
go into.
podcast, and I'd really like to get into that one.
Yeah. No, that was a big fight.
Dude, you're projecting. Dude, cut the bullshit.
Oh man.
Shout out Sean Wilt.
So both you guys had kids young, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
What's that like? Because right now,
It's great.
No. I'm saying like at the time, put yourself back when you're 18 or whatever it was, and you find out. Like I would be terrified, and I'm not mature enough to take care of another person.
I'll go first. I'm the oldest in my family, so by 5 or 6 years. Cousins, brothers, sisters, all that. I don't know. It's like it didn't seem. I was 19 when Riley was born, so. And I already had a job. I was already working. I mean, I wasn't worried about money. I don't know. It didn't bother me a bit.
So you just kind of like flowed with it. It's like, oh, well.
Didn't bother. Yeah.
What age, I guess, did your parents have you?
Probably roughly about the same. They were young as
Okay.
well.
Yeah. I guess that kind of makes
Yeah,
sense.
for me, it wasn't a big deal. I don't know. I guess I was pretty excited, probably.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably a good feeling to have whenever.
Yeah, I
you
guess
find
it's
out.
better than.
Existential
Being,
dread.
being worried about it.
Yeah.
Well, how long were you and Megan together before you had Rylan?
For 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was like, since I was a baby, like 15 years old, so 4
Yeah.
years.
Dang. I mean, that's pretty.
It's pretty dumb if you think about it, but. We were young. When we were young. No, but yeah, I don't know. And then when I met Amanda, it wasn't long before she was knocked up.
Strong swimmer.
I think I was pretty. She was. I don't know that she was upset as in mad, but I mean, she was like shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be fun. I've done this before.
Walk her through it.
It's not a big deal.
So did you live at your parents' house or her parents' house, or did you guys get your own place?
I've been out of the house since I was like 17. So when Rylan was born, I had a roommate, Solace. Me and Solace were roommates. Yeah, so basically, my best friend ruined my life.
That's true. This is crazy.
In a way, he definitely didn't help me get out on the right foot. That he was.
Please go into
I'm
this.
out of.
Please go into this.
He was
Do it.
finding the Lord during that time, which he never made it to the part in the Bible about hypocrisy. Apparently, because he did not want Megan to move in with us. And, well,
Because they weren't married.
I'm 19 at this point. It's because we weren't married.
He wasn't going to allow it.
He was
Not
just-
in my house.
But he was bringing another hoe in there every other night.
Oh, man.
Easy.
Fun times.
Easy. Yeah.
Can't do a PG word. I can't do
Our
that.
parents listen to this.
I don't
Tell
know
them
if
to
they
get
do.
a life.
They listen to the first 10 minutes.
That's pretty tough. I mean, did you like?
I mean, it was, of course, like, she's immature. We were young, so she's like,
Yeah.
you let your friend tell you what they do. Like, I was paying half the rent. What are you bringing to the table? She's just costing me money here.
That's funny.
No, but so yeah, I bought a house pretty soon after that, but
Yeah.
A house or a trailer?
it was a house.
Oh, okay.
What
I don't
was
know.
the trailer deal?
I mean, I don't know. I guess that's what
I guess
that's
you
what
grew up
rich
in the
spoiled
Brick-
kids do.
I guess you grew up in the Brick Street district.
I grew up on Keaton Ave, baby.
According to your basketball shot, that's where you grew up. Brick Street.
We put 2 and 2 together. Thank you.
Well, I don't know why I had to repeat that. How come you guys did not catch that?
Your delivery was off, but the second time was
It
better.
was a little bit of
Second
a
time was
stutter.
better. Second time was much better.
So, John.
Yeah, John, what about you? How was living with Joe Francis?
Yeah, so
Oh, man.
I kind of have a similar timeline. We had Kaylee, our first one, when I was 19, and I think you asked, were you scared or shocked or whatever? I was for about 24 hours. I
All
was
of the above.
totally caught off guard and like scared,
Motors
but
revving
after
up.
that, it was kind of like it's almost like the fight or flight deal. I mean, you
Is what it
you
is.
got to do what you got to do. You take care of responsibility, and fortunately, I had Tiffany who was on board with things, and we were in a great place in our relationship. We were very young, obviously, but we loved each other, and it just kind of took off from there. And honestly, I tell people this all the time. It kept me out of so much trouble
I could see that. For
because
sure.
you immediately at 19, when you're really a dummy, you're still a dummy.
Dumb.
You make bad decisions. And
25 's
you,
at
you
least
think
like the
you
next
think you
5
know what
years.
you're supposed
Yeah.
to do, and you really don't. But having a child like keeps you grounded and makes you focus on the things that are probably important, and it kind of helped me mature at a younger age. And so while my best friends, like my cousin, were in college and partying and having fun and calling me and like, come do this and come do that. Where
That's
are
you to me now, by the way.
Yeah, I know, totally, 100%. I mean, I'm in bed because we have kids at the house.
Yeah.
I'm like,
He's flipping.
I'll-
He's flipping Suzuki Katana parts for
and
money.
I was doing that.
Got to do
Yeah.
what you got to do, though.
Segue. I had 3 motorcycles. Well, I had 3 motorcycles in college that were wrecked. I would buy them wrecked, buy them, fix them, and sell them, just for a little side hustle deal. But anyway, the kid thing. It just Tiffany and I were lucky, or I was lucky to have Tiffany, and then the fact that we had both of our parents.
Tiff
And-
is listening to this, by the way.
Oh, she is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, for the audience.
that's
sorry.
great, that's great.
That's why I wanted to make sure she wasn't in here.
And we were very fortunate to have both sets of parents that were in town that were willing to help. So the times we did go out with our friends to go to dinner or go out, and have a good time, they were more than willing to watch the kids and offer to watch them, and that relieved us a lot. And I see other friends that are my age that are just not having kids or have toddlers or whatever, whose parents aren't around. They have been with their kids for 3 or 4 years straight, and that can be a grind. And so that was very helpful for me growing up when I was going through all that. But I caught a lot of good breaks, with people that wanted to help, and certainly didn't do it on my own. But it helped to have Tiffany there, somebody who's a good partner. You know what I mean? So having obviously you love your kids. Kids aside, would you have rather have had kids at 19 and have them, Rylan, an adult now,
Yes.
or waited and
19,
Why do you say that?
because I've got 6 more years and they're gone.
is it part of you? I mean, obviously it's exciting isn't the right word, but you look forward to, okay, we got the kids raised up, they're out of the house, and now we kind of have our own thing again. But doesn't part of you, now that you see that coming to an end, be like, I want to slow this down and enjoy as much of this time with them as I can?
Not really. I mean, your kids are older. John's got older kids. The other John, mine are these 2 are just a little younger. I mean, I don't know. Once they get to a certain age, they're just kind of not really that fun anymore.
I don't. I mean, I don't.
They just run their mouth and trash the place and
They're teenagers. is
what?
what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean that's not fun. So I don't know. Maybe they will be.
So
later
Lyle hates
on.
his kids.
I'm not very happy right now. I got girls.
So that's
All
awesome.
girls.
Girls are great.
Girl dad.
They have been great up until recently. Now they're just. It's tough. I try to stay away.
Yeah. What about you, John? Flipping the question.
I have Kaylee is 17 and Caden will be 16 next month, and for about the past year or so I've been trying to slow down because I see them making their exit plans, and I'm like, I was in such a hurry for them to grow up for
Yeah, I mean,
10
so he's
years.
ahead of me.
10 years of their life. I was
Yeah,
ready for them to
like
grow
you.
up. I want you to do the next thing now, the next thing. And now I'm like, man, I only have a year or 2 left to influence them to have an impact on their life to where they, it's going to determine what kind of human they are, and what kind of person they are, and what kind of friends they have. And so, knowing that, I'm like, I want that time to slow down, and I want to spend more time with it. And of course, they're 17 and 16, so they're not real thrilled about spending time with Dad right now, which none of us were really. But I'm trying to deepen that relationship with them right now.
Do you think early on you wanted to speed it up because, like, you were so young and you wanted to, like, kind of live?
Definitely, yeah.
And, like, kind of fill in those years of when you were supposed to be, quote unquote, kind of doing the college thing, doing
yeah,
the
I wanted them to be able to be
early
independent
20s.
so I could go do my own thing.
Yeah.
But then you look back and you're like, man, I really should have been. I think every parent has this thought. You should have been more invested in them
Earlier.
at the time when they were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, when they're really,
I
can
felt
be.
like I was like
Yeah.
with my oldest daughter. Obviously, from a different engagement, she didn't live with me all the time, but it financially, even at that time, I didn't have extra money to go, have a lot of good time.
Yeah.
But these two, things were better. And I mean, it didn't stop me. And then I see people now, we know people personally that, I can't do anything. I can't go to lunch because I have kids. I can't do I can't bring these 2 kids with me, 10 miles down the road. I'm like, dude, I was
Took them
playing
everywhere.
golf
Took them everywhere.
with infants. I'm talking infants,
Yeah.
diapers, can't sit up, wakeboard boats. I mean, it's funny to me, like, to watch people now. I was taking those 2 to the lake on a Wednesday or a Tuesday with a freaking 22-foot boat put in the water by myself.
By yourself with 2 kids. Yeah,
Yeah,
little
I mean,
kids.
and
Little kids.
Now they were like, 2 and 3 or 3 and 4 at the time still.
Do you think part of that, I'm assuming the friends you're talking about are probably a little bit older and have those
some
kids.
of them. Mhm.
Do you think part of that is still kind of that desire for you to, like, want to go and do and see and stuff, whereas they may have already had their opportunity to
Sure,
go and do,
yeah,
and they're
sure.
just like,
Yeah, but well, I guess what I'm referring to is the people I'm talking to. They want to go do all the things,
Yeah.
but they
Feel like
think
they
they can't.
yeah,
And what I'm trying to say is that you can. You just have to do it.
yeah.
You
Just
don't
bring it
use
with
it
you.
as an excuse. I
Make it
mean,
Like,
work.
is it harder to take a couple of toddlers to the lake? Yeah. Is it hard to take a couple of toddlers to the baseball game when you want to go? Yeah. But
I wasn't gonna let it stop me from playing golf.
yeah.
But and not only that, it's like you win twice because you get to do what you want to do, and you're also taking them with you, and they're getting to
Spending time with
experience some stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be.
And part of it also might be that we were doing that at mid-20s and now they're mid-30s or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're tired and they've done all the things,
Maybe so.
and they don't have the motor that we had or like you guys have.
It's also a little different. I think younger people who have kids younger discipline them a little bit different than people who are older.
How so?
I don't know.
Not as strict.
I think younger people, at least it seemed to me like maybe a little bit more strict because maybe that's all they know. And I'm not talking like, beat the crap out of them. I'm just saying like just more stern with them because they're still kids. They don't have the patience that a 35-year-old is going to have.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
I never did find it. I'm 37. I don't have the patience.
Definitely not.
Just be quiet. That's all I ask.
From the guy who talks more than
I'm gonna
anybody.
talk. Be quiet. That's
I'm
what
trying to sing Brooks and Dunn. Will you shut
I
up?
can't hear myself talk.
That's funny. That's interesting
My
too.
monologue.
Like,
Yeah, I cannot imagine even now having a kid.
Oh, you'd be great.
Or finding
nobody.
someone-
You can't imagine it, but
Finding
once it
someone
happens,
don't
you're
know
like,
never
this is
lived
my new
is one thing.
You're
reality.
never like 100% ready. It's just kind of like it's one of those things. You're like, oh, I see
don't know,
myself
that's
at some
weird,
point in the
'cause
future.
I
like,
don't know what it's like to plan or want like, okay, we're gonna have a baby.
okay, let's roll
It's
with it.
like we're having a baby.
Which is interesting. It's interesting to. I mean, it's probably the smarter way to do it, but.
Then again, almost like, can you overplan? Can you plan too
Absolutely.
much?
Yeah.
Thought
Can you
paralysis. You get
Try to
stuck
figure
in.
it all out when you
Yeah.
don't know you don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that's something I think I do. Like, not in necessarily that, obviously that realm, but like just kind of in general is overplan because I'm pretty perfectionistic, and like if things aren't like right, then I just.
So when I was 2 hours late today, did that throw you off your game?
It did. It did.
Yeah, I apologize.
You must lead a miserable life.
I was concerned about what he's saying.
So back to your over planning deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty over analytical, so like it's easier for me to overthink and never do something than to just go with it. Like I would rather be over prepared and it take longer, at least in my natural kind of state.
If
of
it
things.
doesn't keep you from getting started.
Exactly, that's where
There's
my
like
issue.
realms of that because there's that, and then there's
Yeah.
doing it and getting starting it. Then
Yeah.
there's me. I don't think
Yeah.
I get started. And
This
then
is
it
so funny you
takes
say
more
this
money
because
or it takes more time.
Since me and him have been hanging out a lot,
Yeah,
like the
I'll
last 5,
finish
6
it
years,
about
like
50% of
we
it.
are so totally opposite. And it's funny
Yeah.
for me, at least. He's frustrated, but it's funny for me to watch us because I will think about doing something for a week or 2 weeks,
Months,
and
years.
this sucker right here will literally jump in with no plan at all, start cutting this and fixing that, and I'm like, what are we doing here? But he gets it done, and he eventually gets it done faster than me, but with more work involved. Like
Yeah,
it
sometimes
takes
it-
him
you know,
2 or
you
3
know.
loops to do it. It will take me a straight line to do it, but I'll wait much later to
That's
get
if
started.
I've never done it.
I feel like it's pretty similar to Spencer and I because he plans things out, and I like to have a plan, but I'm definitely more fly by the seat
I
of
like
your
to have a
pants.
plan when I'm doing something I don't know anything about, but you know nowadays you can figure out a lot of stuff.
True.
But if it's something similar, you know, like I can wing it, like this is just like this, or working on that, or doing this project. I can get started
Yeah.
and just.
Did
pick
you
up
know?
as I
Did
go
you know
and
what
everything
the
sometimes.
what nickname that Edwards gave me when like we were really young? Probably when he was.
Tugboat?
God dang it. This is probably like when I'm 23 or 24 and he's 27, 28 with all his buddies. It was Agenda John.
Oh yeah.
Because every time we would go somewhere, I would send like out an itinerary to everybody. Like, okay, on Thursday we're doing this. On
That's
Friday,
funny.
you know, like
That
even
was-
for like a river trip.
Yeah.
I was like, check-ins at 10:30 or like, don't be late.
That's a lot better than the nickname my cousin gave me.
Don't forget roll call.
My cousin called me Chode the first like 13 years of my life because I was a little
How'd that
chubby
affect
kid.
you?
I used to love that word.
Who was that?
When I was
Kyle.
young.
Oh wow.
Chode Francis.
You gained
God, I used to
another
use that
similar
word so
name
much.
in middle school.
You what?
I used to use that word so
Don't
much
you dare.
like in middle school.
You guys grew up
Hey, cut back.
2000s, so Abercrombie's huge.
Huge.
Were you guys
Huge.
I was
Abercrombie?
late to it. I was late
Were y'all
to it.
team Abercrombie or were you Aeropostale?
Oh,
Wasn't
Aeropostale's
that the-
trash, absolute trash. Abercrombie all the way, and then I switched sides and went to Hollister, which is really like kind of your, yeah, it's kind of a step down. From, like Abercrombie is like your All Saints kid, and Hollister is
You
like
watch
your,
yourself.
I was getting Abercrombie, whatever I could. I don't know how I was getting it.
Yeah,
I was probably stealing it. But.
there was a
John
lot.
had
Of, there was
big
a lot of
crush on,
theft
like Avril
involved.
Lavigne.
Well, that was like
Were
when,
y'all
I,
on
when
the-
I was a
Tiff
senior and
was-
actually really started working out, so I felt like I was buff. So that's why I like.
You
that.
seem
Were
like a
you
dude
buff?
that wore 2 polos at the same
Double
time.
pop?
And they were both
Double
pop.
pop? No,
That was
never,
hard.
never did pop.
We need to
collars.
bring that back.
No.
We
we
did
were
wear.
the first
That and
generation
plaid
of
shorts.
just like nice polo shirts and jeans.
We did a pop
Baggy,
collars
baggy
for about a
jeans.
year,
No
but it was
baggy,
almost
no
like
baggy.
as a joke, like the pop
Starks
collar
for
thing,
sure.
and then it got to be like that was actually the style, and those guys wearing 2 or 3. And it was
Pistol.
weird. Hey, did you ever own any Jinkos?
I did.
Me too.
That's embarrassing.
That was a
for you.
bad phase. Bad phase. It was the bigger the
I
baggy.
never
the better.
owned I got a pair. I never got any bought or never bought any.
So would you say at that time, let's say late middle school, early high school, Abercrombie was cream of the crop?
Yeah,
Cream of
I
the
remember
crop.
it for me more. Well, and you were a little bit below, so yeah.
Maybe even getting to college. Yeah, for college for sure.
For
you're
me,
right.
like in high school, senior.
You're right. It didn't really come on
2002-ish.
until 04, 05, 06. So what was primo for y'all? Like what was the fashion trend whenever y'all?
Plaid shorts made a comeback. In
Plaid
like
shorts
fifth
made a
grade for us.
comeback. And then
Plaid
Plaid
shorts.
Yeah. But the crazy thing
Nike
is,
Elite socks.
you would wear like plaid shorts with the Nike Elite socks
and
and like
Sperry's.
Oh yeah, okay.
it was just a wild mixture.
That is wild.
Like there was just so many random
Socks
things that
were
saying at the
big
same
when
time.
we were in high school.
Actually,
double socking
yeah, Aston wore
became
plaid
a thing.
shorts to Easter one time. I got a picture. Let's pull that
Oh,
up.
Oh,
my
yeah.
mom used to dress me like she hated
Easter
me.
egg, yeah.
Yeah. I have one outfit. So I've posted the Vince Vaughn one before. I'd look like Vince Vaughn in Wedding Crashers when he's wearing those goofy ass pants.
Pretty unfortunate.
And then I had another one where she put me in brown plaid shorts. It was like brown and yellow, and then it was a yellow shirt.
Yuck. I
look like a
literally
piece of
have
shit.
that
Like, I
picture
look
in my
like a
mind. I
human
know
piece of
exactly
poop.
what picture
Yeah.
you're talking about.
And I thought I looked cool. I think it had a big 3 on the back of the shirt too. I looked like Dale Earnhardt's.
Oh man.
Eating
That's when
cute.
I literally am visualizing the picture you're talking because I know that yellow polo.
It's
and
bad,
I know
man.
those brown
It was really
shorts.
bad.
Yeah, and just
Yellow
and he had that big head. And it's just it wasn't.
He had long
really
hair
good.
too at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
My
Plaid
mom would
shorts
hype me
were-
up. I swear my mom hated me because she would hype me up to grow my hair, knowing full well I looked like an idiot.
Yeah. Does she hype you up for the mustache or no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you
Can
go.
we
That-
really
she's
call it a
against you.
mustache? I mean,
She's against.
can
She's
you
your
really?
op.
I really thought he was here to.
Other 2000s question for you. I've become a big 2000s rock fan, like when I work out, and I feel like you were either.
He's a Nickelback guy.
Oh,
was
Whoa,
not
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Nickelback. I
We're
was-
not
I
going
was- Don't hate
we're
on
not going
Nickelback.
to slander Nickelback. Here.
Nickelback had
Not
to
on
be
this podcast. Not on this podcast. We won't.
I'd go see
Nickelback
him.
is
I'd go
fire.
see him in concert.
Nickelback's
We
fine.
listened to them for sure. Growing
So
up.
were
Yeah,
you?
you know that.
That was
I feel like people were
suicide
either like an
music.
emo rock, so like you were a big Stained guy, or you were like a
Stained has some fire.
Houston Mike Jones rap.
I would both.
I know
I
where John
would
was.
listen to Creed, and
We're
Creed was.
home, trying to walk home.
Like, I remember me and Ben listened to like I think it was Disturbed a lot.
Were you
Oh,
okay?
Disturbed was great.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Did
Disturbed
y'all
was
like
great.
Limp Bizkit?
No,
I
never.
never,
yeah, I've
but
never
I
liked them,
appreciate
never.
him more now. I listen.
Fred
I'll
Durst?
bump that every now and then as I come across.
It was too much. Yeah.
Corn.
These eyes.
Corn. I didn't listen to a lot of Corn,
Corn
but
was a lot.
That's a lot.
Corn. Oh, I love corn.
Lyle
think
does. Lyle
Stained-
likes all that.
Heavy metal. Yeah.
But I don't. It's not easily. I don't listen to it on the way.
While
to
you're
church.
reading a
I mean,
book?
I listen to
Yeah.
it when I'm ready to murder. So. Golfing.
I'm gonna murder this last set.
Yeah, for sure. Working out. It will definitely change.
I've been
my
listening to the DX theme song from WWE, the Generation
what it
X.
is.
Are you ready?
Yeah, that is. See,
I play
is
that, like, every
good.
time I work
That's
out
very
now.
good.
So we've
That's
got
a
Lyle.
great song.
We've got
yeah,
Lyle
so
figured
Rage,
out.
Rage Against the Machine. Yes, great.
Yeah.
Workout.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's
Rage?
that song called?
Incredible.
I'm a big Chili Peppers fan.
I won't do what you tell
If
me.
you aren't a Chili Peppers fan, then
what you tell me.
Yeah, that's a
there's
great
something
song.
wrong with
Yeah.
Also done.
it. I think Nickelback transcends generations, though. I love Nickelback.
I'm pretty sure I have like brain damage from John's truck when he was in high school. He had this red truck that had like a big subwoofer on
It had 412s in the back
412.
behind in a regular cab pickup truck.
and it had no middle seat. So when I would ride with them, I had to sit just in the middle in between the two
like a
seats,
friggin'
and
massage
my
chair.
head was against all the speakers, and it would just throw my head like.
Taylor used to have 212s in it, and like the windows would rattle. So I can't even imagine.
It was
You
bad.
can't even hear
And
anything
the
else
Blickety
other than the
Blazer,
bass.
You don't know anything about
Blickety
His
Blaze.
truck would register on the Richter
The
scale.
booger.
I had every nickname for every one of my vehicles in high school.
I have names.
It started
I
out
name
with the
them.
Gangster, which was an Oldsmobile Delta 88 4-door sedan.
Swinging big
body.
bodies.
If I'd have known now or
You'd have
then
kept
what
it.
I know now, I would have kept that. It was always just a ball joint that went out. And I think the next thing I got was the Booger.
The booger.
You
So
went from
I
the
worked at
gangster to the
Brookshire.
booger.
Yes,
I
it was
was
it was a
16.
rough time in life. Man.
I was,
Yeah.
So I started working when I was 15. So I was 16. I bought the Booger, and that was a 1980 Ford F-150, which not like F-150s of today. These were big bodies.
They have bench
Yeah.
seats.
And it was a bench seat,
Bench seats are sick.
I love
I like bench seats.
3-speed standard, 30 like a 305 motor or something like 302. Yeah, 302. Anyways, I worked at Brookshire's, and like one of the
Bag boy.
Yeah, I was a bag boy, and the produce manager had a truck. He's like, "Hey, I got a truck. I'll sell you real cheap, like $500. You know, like I made $500 a month.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, "Sure, let me save up my money. I'll get back with you." But
You will own
so
me
he's
for
like,
one
"Yeah, the
entire
bad
month.
thing is it's got this camper on it, so you got to take the camper if you can take the truck." So I'm like, "Okay." I mean, there was
That's a
I don't know
two-for-one.
that we like there was no like send me a picture of it back then. So I show up at his house and there's like an oversized, like over the top camper.
Like you live out of
Sleeper.
this sucker.
Like rodeo.
Yeah.
What's his name? Chris Ledoux. We're going down the rodeo trail. And, I mean, it was freaking 1984, so it was 16 years old. And, it's kind of worn out. No shocks on it. So
Awful.
Felt the
our
gravel.
school had put in speed bumps that were like curbs.
Yeah, those
Like,
are
they were
gnarly.
really
They were
bad.
gnarly.
They were not like some.
It was like it's like they hired us to go build speed
Yeah,
bumps.
somebody in ag class did. Anyway, so I would basically like start popping the clutch, and I could hit those things and literally just bring the. I could pretty much just do full wheelies in this car or this Blazer. So every day leaving the parking lot, I'm like popping the
Hydraulics.
I mean, people I didn't know were like, do it.
Do the thing. Do the thing.
That's the Bliggity Blazer guy.
I'm out on the highway just bouncing. So then I got.
Of course, the girls are just like,
Yeah. And then I got the two Phoenix Golds, the 12s in the back.
it's on a
I was
video.
pumping.
I almost choked.
That was when it got real good.
I one time it was literally I had an 01 Chevy
It's so weird.
Suburban and Matt Brunson and I think it was like our freshman year in high school. Shout out Matt. And we got back from a football game and it was just he and I. Like I guess we were the last ones there or something. And we we're backing out of our parking spots at the same time, like near the football field. It was probably like 11 o'clock and stuff. And I kind of looked at him and he looked at me, and we just freaking gunned it. And, like he went the opposite way, and like he had me beat for sure. He had like a Jetta, and like he was just shooting the straight, and I had like,
I bet his tips were white.
and
Frosted tips.
I had to make a turn, and then go right to like beat him. And I was like, no chance. I just freaking popped the curb. There was like a section of grass. I just nailed it going like 30 and just like launched over it and like beat him out of there. And he still gives me a hard time to this day because like that was an old car. It probably had like 250,000 miles on it. Like, it died shortly after.
It had nothing on Sheila.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to that car.
Yeah, we'll have to put up a picture of Sheila. It's
98 Dodge Dakota. Extended
It wasn't
bed.
like
extended bed, long bed.
That's a tough puppy right
Hey,
there.
Oh, you didn't see the
remember
color
when,
of it.
when Ricky Ramirez had that long bed Toyota Tundra? We
Oh,
called it the
sperm
Sperm.
cell?
Mine was
a
baby
It
nickname.
was a
blue.
white Toyota
That's a
Tundra,
nickname.
regular cab, long bed.
That was Aston's.
Yep.
That was Aston's truck. Except
I
his
didn't
was
know
like
that
light blue.
It was a T100.
Yeah,
A
you're probably right.
T1000.
It was the color of that cup right there.
Yeah.
It was
No,
bigger
it was
than-
almost as
it was
bad as
darker
the
blue,
booger.
wasn't it? It was kind of like the color of that.
The booger was like that,
Yeah, I
but
guess.
greener.
Yeah.
Booger
The
green.
booger was booger green, like literally, like
It was
the
like the
that
original.
color.
It was more mint, really. It was more like the mint toothpaste of old.
I don't think I've ever seen a car that color. They might after that they were like, you know what, this is not.
This
They're like,
is
oh,
not
that dude
the-
drives this
We
car.
tried it once. It's fine.
Lyle Clegley was the
Mine was
test.
definitely faded too, so I don't even know what color it started out.
Lyle, we haven't got to experience your talent for voices and stuff. When Lyle talks in
We had a
voices,
little bit on the
I do
Peaky
have a funny
Blinders.
story about voices.
he either
This
talks
kid.
in voices or he sings.
Or he hears voices.
So I was at this
All at the
kid's
same
like
time.
I don't know, my kids had like a softball party or something.
So I snuck into this kid's birthday party.
No. So a girl I went to school with, her kid plays ball with mine. Anyways, great girl. Shout out Lindsay.
There we go. No
Oh,
free shout-outs.
wow, unreal.
No, but she has a son, and he's, I don't know, 10, 12. You can tell he's a little different. And, you know, he's hanging around and
Publicly
talking to little
bullying the
girls
kid.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm in the pool just chilling, and this dude walks up to me, and he's like on the side. He's like, "Hey, do you do voices?"
oh, I remember
And you're
that.
like, "As a matter of fact, I do." He's like, and then he goes into like a Russian, I don't know, accent or something.
That's
He's like,
hilarious.
"That's very nice, because I do voices too." And he like walks off. I just looks at his mom. I'm like, "Did you put him up to this?" It was good. It was so funny. I could not get over that.
You could tell by looking
I
at
was
you
like,
like
"How
this
did
guy.
you know?"
I was like, are
I
you?
do the voices.
Yeah.
How long
I'll
were
make
you
that the
recording
intro
us
song.
for? Because we were.
We were actually jamming pretty good.
We had a nice little jam session
We really
on
were.
Neon Moon and
We were-
Pay Me in Birmingham.
Yeah. Even the first one. Simple.
Oh, Tracy Lawrence.
Pay Me in
Classic.
Birmingham.
We were doing Simple Man pretty good, and we were playing around.
Yeah. Imagine if we should start a band.
I would really.
John could
Okay.
play the tambourine.
I don't know how I could get into the mindset to actually go through with it. That's why I wish I had a little bit of Sean's in me, because I would love to go to like TXM, just like on a Tuesday night and just pick around like we just did.
Why
I've
wouldn't
always
you?
wanted to do
I
that.
don't know why, because
I
like,
just can't play
at
guitar.
that point I want to be good. I want
Yeah, that
people
kind
to
of
like
helps.
me and want me to come back.
Honestly, we
No
could.
one's gonna be
Yeah,
like,
because
oh
he's-
man, this guy's pretty good. He's funny too. Like,
he's
they
kind
don't
of
do
like
that.
Sean's kind of just like a joke. Like
If you
Well, I
played
know,
if you
I
played the
know.
guitar, I'd go sing for it.
Yeah, I can do it. I mean,
you think you can sing? Because I walked in and it was like
Yeah, that's the under the assumption people would enjoy.
Normally, I just sing in whatever voice of like the song
the
I'm
thing
singing.
about the singing and the playing, like if you can do it decent, people will listen. I'm not saying they're gonna put money in your pocket, or it's not like you're gonna Dustin Becker or somebody's gonna come in and be like, oh, I'm not going on after that.
right.
It'd be fun.
Why don't you just do
Even
it?
if, especially
That
if it's
goes
like
back to what we were
10 or
talking
15
about.
of your guys there.
I'd like to be as popular
again,
as
that
Log
might
on the
be-
Fatties one day. If we, that's when we know we've made it.
I basically just want like 3 or 4 girls.
It's just lager now.
It's just Log. There's no Fatties.
So you think you wouldn't do it because you can only play like a handful of songs?
No, I can play a lot of songs. And don't listen to Sean. Don't feed him the bullshit.
So
I
why
just play like 3
why
or 4.
would
Yeah,
you do it?
I mean,
So why don't we just do this? Let's
Yeah.
just,
I'm getting better.
How long have you been?
you're
getting
good enough
better?
now to go play.
worst case
2
scenario,
hour
we just be
set.
like Tenacious D and make funny songs.
Yeah, I mean, I really do like to freestyle
You'd be really good at
with the
that.
guitar.
Really good at that.
And I'll
Or
do
we could
rap.
like point people out and make fun of them in the crowd.
Yeah, run off the clientele. I'm sure they would love that.
Well, no, some people like that.
That's just like stand
I would
up
love to
at
get
that point.
stand-
Jeff Ross is super funny.
I'd like to do stand up too. That'd be fun.
It's like Rodney Carrington or Bo Burnham.
That's different though. Like I
Bo
can
Burnham.
imagine doing stand up, and I can see myself being pretty good at that.
Bo Burnham's
But
oddly musically talented.
It doesn't matter.
His
who
songs
you
are
is
awesome.
it like every stand up comedian has bombed.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like
more
I feel
than
like you
once.
have to bomb multiple
More
times
than once.
for it to
I know,
actually get good.
I don't.
It's
Did
really
you-
all about
You're scared of
delivery.
bombing. That's
I
what
don't
it
think I'm
is.
scared of
I
bombing.
think so.
yeah.
What
Oh,
I'm
he's
scared of is I'm
terrified.
gonna
Thank
get
you, Spence.
pissed.
Yeah.
When I bomb, and I'm
Hey,
not
what
gonna
should
do
go
it
on?
again.
Because you're scared of it.
Idiots don't even know.
Exactly. There's
You're
a
scared
fear,
of
there's
it.
fear
It
there.
happens, and then you're pissed.
Yeah. that's probably-
Could you imagine? You're up there for an hour, and you just tell joke after joke, and it doesn't land, and no one
Yeah,
laughs.
but you're not gonna be up there now.
That's the worst feeling. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
they only do
high
like
level
15 or 20 minute
Yeah.
sets.
When
But
you
yeah,
tell
but
a
even
joke-
that, even I got 15 minutes
5
would feel like
minutes.
2 days.
Yeah.
I mean, that would I would just.
Even back-to-back jokes that
Kill
don't
me.
hit
But
about.
see, my strength would be the picking out somebody in the audience and making fun of them.
Really?
Like, if you don't have if you don't have good written jokes,
Just roast people.
Make fun of the
Jeff
guy
Ross
wearing a freaking
does it
herd
for a
jersey.
living. Yeah, that's all I know.
Hey, you guys, look at this freaking guy. He's wearing a herd jersey. I'm just saying.
Might
that-
fall flat. You
that's-
might need
With
to-
arms like
that's
that,
easy
what'd
for
you
me
do?
to
Fly here?
Yeah. Man, look at this guy. He's wearing plaid shorts. I mean,
Yeah.
If you see someone in 2022 wearing plaid shorts, they deserve to get roasted. Like,
Yeah.
regardless if you're doing stand-up or not, they walk by you on the street like,
It's
"Yeah,
just
come
it's
on."
so bad.
it is.
It's not great.
I feel like everything, like, always comes back eventually, though.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's all kind of cyclical. So I wouldn't, by 10, 15, 20 years, plaid shorts going to be back.
Probably.
They're going.
Probably. Probably.
They're going to. Not on me, but they will be.
I say bring back bell bottoms.
They already have. The girls are wearing.
Yeah,
them.
no,
No,
they
I'm,
for
I'm
sure
saying
do.
for the guys. Like I want to dress.
country girls are
Oh,
wearing-
with like the
Ah.
big collars and all that.
Yeah, like I want to dress like John Travolta and Saturday Night
That's
Fever.
probably got another decade before that one gets back. We're too into the skinny jean phase right now.
Yeah, that's 100%.
I've never got that.
Skinny jeans?
Not
I don't like-
skinnies,
I
but
don't
like,
like
with
skinny
like
jeans.
I'm all
smaller
athletic
cuffs
fit.
on the
I'm
bottom.
all
There
for
you
the
go,
slim
athletic.
fit.
Athletic cut.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But if I can,
It's like 50s.
you don't want to see the.
You don't want to see. You don't want to see the
About
package.
45s. I don't know
It's
what they
selling hot dogs out here.
good lord, man.
Any more topics we need to discuss?
We
I
got
think
lots.
We do. I think we're just getting started.
He's got to edit all this. I would say we, but he's gonna
That-
do it
that makes me
unless he
care.
asks me to.
Even less.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Spence, you want to sign us off then?
What the hell do you even say to sign that off?
Join us for the after
I don't know.
hours
You can just be
podcast.
like,
After hours.
Afters, which also is a great line. I mean, a great follow on Instagram. Thursday lines.
You should all show.
Each all show.
You should all show.
If y'all
Hey,
made
you
it this
guys are
far,
so-
thank you for listening. Hopefully you took something away
Probably
from anything that anybody has said today. But we appreciate you guys. Hopefully you tune into the next.
Deal tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos.